Mr. Mayor, do you accept the existence of carbon bubbles, as Mark Carney of the Bank of England has highlighted recently in his speech as being unburnable?
As being?
Unburnable.
Unburnable?
Yeah, that's the term he's come up with.
So you'll have to elucidate that.
Well, no, carbon bubble. Let's stick to carbon bubbles.
I don't think carbon is particularly.
Staying under the ground is what he meant, Mr. Mayor.
Say again?
That they need to stay under the ground.
Oh, see, unburnable. That's keep the carbon in the ground. Yeah. Look, the way to do all this is to keep our general strategy of reducing CO2 by retrofitting, by reducing pollution, which we have done. We've retrofitted 500,000 homes in London. We've got a pipeline of 170,000 more. We've cut London's carbon footprint massively at a time of huge economic growth. That is the way to do it. And I think that the rest of it is sort of political window.
No, I didn't want to go down that road because we've been down that road many a time.
Well, you don't want to go down the road because you don't like the answer.
Yeah, just right.
Which is another story of triumph from City Hall.
Mr. Mayor, don't you have a duty to act on these concerns to protect London Pension Fund members, pension fund holders in the London Pension Fund?
I think that the duty is upon the trustees of the London pension funds, and their fiduciary duty, as I understand it, is to protect their pensioners and to maximise the return from the pension fund. Okay,
but then how do you react to warnings that the carbon bubble poses as great a threat as the bursting of the credit bubble in 2008?
Well, that's a decision for the trustees, and I'm sure they will have seen the Governor of the Bank of England's wise words. They will have reflected deeply on his message that carbon is unburnable. They will have or should not be burned. I think there's a gerundive there rather is what you're after. Carbon should not be burned, and they will take their investment decisions accordingly. If they conclude that carbon-based companies, fossil fuel companies, are in the long term, as Mark Carney thinks, a bad deal, then they won't go for them.
Yeah. Well, I think you should take note of what's happening in the States.
And I think it would be totally wrong for politicians, by the way, it is not right for politicians to start weighing in and telling pension funds what they should or should not be investing.
This is not me necessarily, it's Mark Carney, actually, the Governor of the Bank of England.
Mark Carney was making
the
Governor of the Bank of England was making a point about his view about where the long-term growth trends of the economy are and where what assets are likely to appreciate or depreciate over time. And he was making a point about the fossil fuel economy, which is that he thinks that in the end it's a sell, is what he was saying. He was saying this whole thing's a sell. Now that's his view. He's entitled to that view. If the trustees of pension funds think that he's correct in that view, then they should divest themselves. But it is not for me, for political reasons, to weigh in and tell them not to take, and tell them to get out of some market that they may think is wise.
Well, you appoint the chair of the London Pension Fund. That's the critical position you can play. And I think you've misunderstood the divestment argument.
Sorry.
It's not an immediate cliffhanger. It's gradual before 2050. I'll leave it at that.
I
hope you appreciate that point.